missing that key player on your team and do not have the coins to afford him, make sure you check out Buy My Coins for instant Madden coins and always use code SAVAGE for 10% off. Hello guys, what's going on? It's Savage here. Welcome back to another Madden 19 tip video. In this video right here, we are going to be working out of gun A slot offset in the New England Patriots offensive playbook, and I'm going to be showing you the best, easiest, simplest way to pick up that instant pressure that you may face when you go up against nickel blitz 2 or other blitzes that send somebody screaming in off of the edge. Now, this isn't the only way you can pick up edge pressure, but this is the simplest, easiest, like least amount of adjustments you have to make on the offensive side of the ball to go ahead and pick up that pressure. If you want to go ahead and dive deeper into picking up types of pressure from different formations to deepen your scheme against blitz heavy players, I suggest you check out savagemadden.com and all of that good stuff. And if this video does help you, make sure you smack a big fat thumbs up on the video. So as you saw in that first play, we didn't block anybody. We let everybody go out on their route. We 5-routed them out of the play post and we got sacked instantly. Right here, we're calling that same play called post. And as you can see, all we are doing is max protecting to block both of our tight ends. We are going to go ahead and motion out our running back, put him on whatever route that we want him to be on, put our receivers on any routes that we want them to be on, and we are blocking a offensive line now of 7. We have a tight end on the left, tight end on the right, and our 5 offensive linemen. This stops that immediate scream. Watch right here as the ball gets hiked. Look, there is no immediate scream because it is an equal line of scrimmage, 7 players straight across the line, forcing multiple double teams, giving you the most amount of time in the pocket to maximize all of that stuff right there. We didn't make a read. The reason I didn't make a read is because I was strictly showing that clip right there twice to you guys so that you guys can understand that that stops the immediate pressure. Now, how you go ahead and make your reads is based on how you play. If you are playing ultimate team and you have the route specialists on your running back and your receivers, you can have even more routes other than just the standard routes. Now, right here is where I'm going to start making reads. The hitch, one of my favorite reads in the game. It's just going to sit right there. Most of the time when you play against people that run these edge blitzes, whether it's 5-2, nickel blitz, 3-4 odds, screaming everybody at you, they're going to leave the middle of the field like relatively open, really relying on their user to go ahead and make all the plays across the middle. So plays like this right here, when you are spreading out your entire offense, right here you see the smoke screen, gonna playmaker the smoke screen in the middle of the field, picking up about 2 yards right there. Obviously, you know, if you're rocking with a mutt team and something and your running backs like a Ricky Williams or a Barry Sanders, he's gonna be able to playmaker a little bit quicker than Sony Michel and reg teams right here. But that is an option that you're going to be able to have because that middle of the field is going to be open, and since there is no immediate pressure, that player on the right of screen, he's never going to be able to shed you because there is no immediate pressure. Right there we put Sony Michel on a nice little in route, bang, picks up, you know, 10 yards, getting your first down. Your opponent's user is going to be having to do so much if they're willing to go ahead and blitz everybody. Now, that is not saying that you're not going to run into somebody who's like really, really good. Like, for example, my nickel blitz, I never really run nickel blitz the same way every single rip. Sometimes I man people up, sometimes I play. But if you're playing against somebody who's just running a stock, really basic nickel blitz, you're going to be able to go ahead and just completely dot them up in the middle of the field. That route right there, without even motioning Sony Michel out, just putting him on a little streak out of the backfield, that's going to get wide open because your opponent, depending on where he goes, if he doesn't guard the hitch, you're going to have the hitch. If he doesn't guard the hitch, you're going to have the streak out the backfield. Like, your opponent is going to have to do so much more in order to 100% guarantee that they can cover everything. That's why I said if you're going up against somebody who is running just a really standard nickel blitz where they're just blitzing everybody in the middle, making no backside adjustments and stuff, and they just have like a half decent user, you're going to be able to eat the middle of the field apart, and that's all you can really ask for. Just look at this time that we just have in the pocket. It's just unbelievable. You can roll out that far. Imagine if we just left the smoke screen on the field. That play could have playmakered them upfield. There's just so much that you can do out of a slot that just makes this formation so useful. Right here, for example, we're leaving the post on the left side. Then we're going to go ahead, drag over our wide receiver on the right of screen, streak our running back out of the backfield, and it's just like, look at these reads, bro. Like, look at the middle of the field just wide open, and that's what you're just going to go ahead. But like I said, man, I am really stressing this big time. If you're going up against somebody who's running a really trash version of nickel blitz or a trash version of excuse me, any type of blitz that, you know, requires everybody getting sent and then the edge gets free, then guess what? You can eat the middle up all day. But if they're a half decent player and they're making backside adjustments, they are probably going to be able to lock up your 3-route system. As soon as they lock up your 3-route system, you start putting your tight ends on streaks, you start putting your tight ends on drags, because that's a whole route that they're not ready for. And look, you even noticed right there when we blocked 6, we still stopped the immediate pressure that happens when nickel blitz comes in. Now right here, we are going to be sending the receiver, the tight end that is on the side of the blitzing cornerback, on a route, so that is a bit more risky. But still though, that is still going to make your opponent's user have to make that decision whether or not, ooh, what tight end is he going to send out on a route this time? The right tight end? The left tight end? Where am I going to have to go? Is he still leaving the hitch on the field? Is he motioning out the running back? Is he putting the running back on a streak? Is he leaving the post? Is he turning the post into a drag? Is a tight end going to be a drag? There's so much that your opponent is going to have to do, and this is the simplest way, because you don't have to ID anybody, you don't have to block, you don't have to slide your line. You're simply just going off of the strength of your O-line with a 7. You essentially have 7 O-linemen now. Now, speaking of 7 O-linemen, one way that you can make this even cheesier, and this is something that, you know, you can do in Ultimate Team really successfully, is playing offensive linemen at tight end. Now, when you play offensive linemen at tight end, unless they're out of position players in Ultimate Team, I really wouldn't suggest putting them on routes. But if you have like Alejandro Villanueva tight end card and Anthony Munoz tight end card, and you're running them at tight end, or George Fan at tight end, and you're running them at tight end, and you put them in your A-slot offense, you're going to be able to throw to them as well. Right here, I'm going to show you a really prime example of how glitchy this offensive line looks right now. As you can see now, we have 7 true offensive linemen. We have the 2 offensive linemen that we just subbed in for our tight ends. So now when we hike the ball, you're just going to see double team after double team, a lot of offensive linemen switching on who they want to double team on. I'm going to show you this clip twice. Now we do drop back in the pocket, encouraging more sheds, but I mean, for the most part, you just want to see, like, look at the double teams right here. Look at the shift in the double teams. That's what's so crazy. On that right side of the offensive line, they were shifting on who was getting doubled and who wasn't. That's what you really want to see out of your team and stuff, and that's why this way you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself a clean pocket for X amount of time. Like, you're going to be able to see, you see it, like, you're going to be able to really just pretty much, like, dude, look at this. Like, honestly, look how long, and nobody was even remotely close to a shed. I want to show you guys that again. Once again, look at the double teams. The double teams, they're alternated right there. I believe Shaq Mason alternated who he wanted the double team. And then right here, I want to show you it in slow motion so you can really watch 61 right here. He's doubling. Then he switches over to who he is double teaming on, allowing us to just, once again, we have so much time in the pocket since we are using 7 natural offensive linemen right there. And just in case you guys didn't see it in the slow motion, I'm going to go ahead and show you in the instant replay. Just look at the time that you get. It's actually crazy how much time you're actually able to get. I don't actually think that's Shaq Mason. I don't really know who number 61 is. I just picked their best offensive lineman. But just watch him ready. Look at the double team that he's on, and then you're going to watch him notice he goes and helps block whoever David Andrews was on, and you still have a one-on-one on the outside with a tackle and D Ford. And it's just GG's in the chat, because he's not going to be able to shed a natural tackle as easy as he would be able to shed a natural tight end. So that's what's just so good about this. As you can see, the immediate pressure is stopped. There is no screaming off the edge. We are not IDing the mic. We are not doing anything where we're sliding our line. We're simply just max protecting, and we are just letting our offense go with the 3-route system. Like I said, if your opponent is decent at the game though, and they don't suck, and they actually have some sort of idea of how to play this game, they will start to do backside adjustments. They will start to adjust their nickel blitz too. But if they're just running a very basic standard nickel blitz 2 or SS blitz 2, or just something where the middle of the field is open and they're not doing anything to protect themselves from getting dotted up in the middle of the field, this is one of the simplest ways to go ahead and just completely dissect the entire way the defense is aligned. Now, like I said, guys, if you do want to dive deeper and you want more than just one formation, which is pretty much just a simple 3-route set, this is a 3-route mini scheme actually. So this is actually on SavageMadden.com for a very basic way to just completely kill any sort of immediate pressure from any of the heavy blitzing sets. This is a pretty much nice little free sample for you guys, but if you want to go ahead and dive even deeper and really expand your scheme against heavy blitzing players players, if that is something that you suffer against, make sure you go ahead, check out savagemadden.com, use code INSTANT15 for 15% off any purchase, so that you guys are no longer getting screamed at and bunged, trips tight end, U trips, Y trip, whatever they want to call it. You guys will never ever have to deal with this anymore now. You have a slot offset. I hope it helps you guys a lot, man. I really, really do. If, like I said, if it helps you, let me know down below in the comment section. Try it out, man. 3 route some people to death, do all that good stuff. Have a wonderful rest of your night, guys, as always.